Okay, so hey guys, and welcome to Biomutant.
Define your genetic structure.
Yeah, okay, so the customization in this game, strangely, it kind of impacts the attributes you start off with. Now, I don't know if that means that when your attributes change,
Choose a genetic
so does your
resilience.
looks. But I guess we'll just like kind of find out about that at some stage, I guess.
Choose your first style.
My first style. Okay, so this part here, I think is very actually strange. Like, the fact that, you know, there's no like numbered things for like choosing
Pick
your
your
first
main
style and stuff
colour.
like that. Okay, actually, like I quite like red,
Choose your detail color.
and
Pick
I'm gonna
a
keep that
class.
white.
Commando.
Alright.
Psy-freak. Saboteur. Sentinel. Mercenary.
Okay, so
Deadeye.
I'm gonna go with Deadeye, just because the Buster Sword in the back kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy. So
Deadeye chosen.
go with this.
That'll work.
Alright, so
Here's
tutorials.
somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna go with this one just because I don't like the color blue.
Allow
I really
me to
don't like
introduce
light
myself.
blue.
I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
So glad you realize who you really are. Let's keep to the bright and better path moving on.
You can't contradict yourself like that. You made the right choice to begin with. Why would you change your mind?
Because you can't deny what's deep within your heart. Sometimes a thought is just a thought. In the end, it's the way you act that counts.
But remember, this is just the beginning of the end. Eventually, it'll be my way or the highway.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm actually, this is my
Right
third
is
time doing
always
this
right.
bit. So each time I've gotten about an hour into the game. Actually, the first time I got 2 hours in. So that's kind of why I chose to go this way.
Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others.
Okay,
Do
so
you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
okay, so this is just part of the tutorial. Yeah, so I've played through this bit a few times. Actually, I should be shooting you right now. Yeah, I've had issues with my recordings and stuff like that, so... Oh man, seriously. Oh, okay, I mistimed that big time. There we go. Okay, so at the moment I'm actually just trying to I'm trying to look at 2 different screens at once. I'm trying to look at my screen capture screen and gameplay screen, so
Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes.
okay, so let's get out of here then.
The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die.
Oh shit, okay, I didn't reload there. I really should have. Alright, just slashy a little bit. There we go. So yeah, in case you haven't noticed, this is in 4K, or at least I hope it will be. It's kind of part of the reason why I've been coming across so many problems and all that sort of stuff, so yeah, kind of, I guess, getting frustrated now at this rate. I blame Elgato and their software because it's absolutely atrocious. So at the moment I'm actually using Action because Elgato's software is, like, seriously, my audio is just all over the place. You're supposed to get like basically a file that you can, okay, yeah, I'll take that. Hold on now. Right. Yeah, so you're basically supposed to get a file with Elgato, with their 4K capture at least, that you can just import into like your video editor, and it will place the files and all that into the right place and all that for you, because it breaks up the audio track. I guess maybe trying to save some space or something like that.
The oil sludge,
but it's so irritating because it actually doesn't do it.
But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
Okay, so remember to parry. Yeah.
Grit.
There we go. Yeah, so there's a lot of narrative in this, so I apologize if I'm talking over him. Normally I would be using OBS if I was doing recording and stuff like that, but it doesn't really seem to be working well with the Elgato 4K. That could be, like, I'm actually, the monitors I'm using for recording this gameplay are actually only 1080p, so I'm going to put it down to that. Oh wait, I was actually meant to loot something off this guy out here as well. Unless I already did. Oh, well, neither case is gone now. Yeah, so they're 1080p. I have it on a 4K TV, like with the pass-through, for anyone that knows about any of that stuff. But yeah, OBS just won't allow me to record 4K because I guess because the monitor I'm actually recording it on. So hopefully I'll just get through this area fairly quickly. Damn it. Okay, we got our upgrade point. I guess I'm actually going to level up because I think the first time you actually just have to do pretty much like these few things. Alright, I'm going to put that toward strength. And close combat, I guess two-handed. Yep, let's go for that. Alright, so we have Wung Fu and perks unlocked.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight.
Alright, so we just go out here then, I guess.
That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
Oh boy. Yeah, okay, so the oil and all that in this, it does kill you, and it's nearly impossible to get out of if you just go a little bit into it.
Biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular code.
Okay,
Strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Wow.
There we go. Okay, bioblobs and all that sort of crack. Yeah, you can feel free to pause the video if you do want to actually read any of that stuff. I've already gone through it all from previous ones. So I'm just going to quickly run over here because there's a chest that's over at this side. I actually think it's like just a health item. Oh shit. That sucked. Oh man. So I have heard this game has loads of bugs in it. I'm hoping they do get fixed. I've come across just one or two minor so far. One of them being like the add-on for one of my weapons. Like I never got it. I'm playing this on PS5. It is a PS4 game, but I'm playing it on PS5 anyway. And I've heard on PlayStation it does have a lot of bugs and it crashes as well. So if it crashes this time around,
vessels called arcs to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind.
Yeah, so if it does crash this time, I probably just give up on it. Okay, so this is the first puzzle you come across. fairly easy stuff. I'm not sure, like, if you turn it... I'm actually curious. Yeah, okay, so that does...
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
It takes the move out of it.
There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and, without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
Okay, so out here, there's another puzzle just out here. Again, another simple
The sound
one.
of spark metal going pew pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. There you go.
So the good thing is, it does seem like they randomize those puzzles every time.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out.
Yeah, so you get to make a choice between pretty much good and evil in this. Not really sure what exactly I'm going to go for. I know you can change later on in the game, but I feel like I'm going to go for good because I really... I don't know what it is. I just
That's
don't really
the
feel
last of
comfortable
them.
going evil.
Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. That'll come in handy. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. How Lupa Lupin somehow left you alive after his raid on the old village. He must have had a purpose with that. The question is, what? There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Looper Lupin did to your village, your Mooma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Mooma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. The impending threat of the World Eaters bringing down the Tree of Life is ever so close. He also worries about the Jagni tribe that's actively working for a doomsday and purging of the world. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Okay, so we have to go and talk to, what is it, Best Before? Oh my god.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Mooma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. Magic? He claims it's just the force of life, the existence of energy, powering and connecting all things living, like the Nono. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding.
Okay, so we'll just run over here then. We'll check out this area then. So there are a few flashbacks, I think, kind of into your past, and I think, at least the way I'm picking them up, is they're kind of like just a couple of more tutorials that maybe I'm guessing they'll put in later on in the game, kind of like keep you up to date with like new mechanics and all that maybe. There we go. Okay.
You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You hand handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of nono out there that need to be guided to the roots of the pensai tree. They're hiding in the glitter grass that mostly grows deep inside damp caves, where they draw mineral from the natural rock. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
Alright, so let's go up and merge the nano with the tree, or the nano.
Now that you've seen the nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity, and the only one strong enough to keep the 6 Wang Fu disciples disciplined. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the tree of life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse the Toxinol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Googlide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majute, and the Googlide are almost ready to ride. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Okay, so we're after getting that net, and I have no idea how you actually
You're getting the
use
hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb.
Okay, so we'll just get up here. For some reason that was worth experience points.
Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters.
Okay, so guys, that's going to be it for the first episode anyway. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Please like the video if you liked it. Feel free to leave a comment and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more.